How's it going here? Again, Max Kerr with Dr. Kerr Shares a Study. Today, what I'm doing is I'm talking about an article that I saw. The title of the article, it's actually in Medical Express. The title of the article is Study Links Lower Proportions of Certain Sleep Stages to Brain Changes Associated with Alzheimer's Disease. This was by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. So what it says is new research reveals that lower proportions of specific sleep stages are associated with reduced brain volume in regions vulnerable to the development of Alzheimer's disease over time. Specifically, the sleep time or sleep stages that we're talking about is the slow wave sleep and rapid eye movement sleep, also known as deep and REM sleep. When patients don't have 20 to 25% of that sleep time, what we see is it reduces brain volume. It increases your ability to have sleep apnea, or the likelihood of you having sleep apnea. And so why is this important? Well, it's important because when we have sleep apnea, when we have snoring, when we have any sort of disturbance, oftentimes it happens during these deeper recesses of sleep. If you can imagine, one of the reasons we have sleep apnea is that our airway closes down. Now, when we go into deep sleep, and especially REM sleep, the brain no longer gives the body motor direction. Specifically, it's removing any motor neurons from firing to your muscles, because if we're dreaming, the last thing that we want to do is actually be working through that dream in real time. We definitely don't want the body moving during sleep, while we're dreaming especially. So the brain just kind of shuts off all the innervation to the muscles during REM and getting into slow it into REM. What that means is the muscles of the upper airway also are affected by this. So the muscles of the upper airway are not a lot less tense or a lot less rigid. And so that means that as we draw breath in, they're much more likely to collapse in on themselves because of the pressure change. Now, when this occurs, when the airway totally closes down, that's what's called an apneic episode. Our oxygen rate drops, and then we're much more likely to have a apneic event because of that. And we have a fight or flight response and all that. And so we see that patients that have sleep apnea, it tends to predominantly affect us during deep and REM staging. And when this occurs, we're much more likely to have Alzheimer's because of it, because it reduces the brain volume, because our brain just doesn't get rejuvenated like it should be, like it would in a normal deep or REM stage. And so again, if this is something, if you're looking at your wearable and you notice that your REM is off, if you notice that your deep sleep is off, please let us know. We're here for you. What we want to do is we want to get you tested, make sure that it's not because your airway is closing down. If your airway is closing down or you're struggling with a CPAP, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, Max Kerr with Sleep Better Austin, and we're here to help you sleep. Thank you. Bye-bye.